Hi there, welcome to Design Technology. We've put together our options evening PowerPoint, and I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm James Larison, Head of Design Technology here at St. Peter's. With our subject area, things are slightly different to most other areas. So we have discrete subject areas, so you can actually choose within design technology resistant materials, graphics, or fashion and textiles. And out of those, your specialism is what you take forward, but you would still follow the same course structure no matter which of those you've selected. So you would take one design technology subject area and it would be that specialism going forward. The course is broken down into two different components. So there's the large coursework project, or they're now known as NEAs, which carries 50% of the GCSE. The coursework in that, we normally work on trying to create about 20 A3 design sheets that fully communicate a student's design intentions, research, and exploration on a given theme. The second component is the exam, and students would sit a 2-hour written exam. It would all be based on design technology, and there would be 3 sections. Core technology principles, which is the short answer questions, which the subject knowledge is across all areas, all aspects of design technology. So there would be some questions on graphics, some on textiles, some on resistant materials, etc. Section B is the specialist technical principles, where students would focus on the aspect that they've chosen. So it might be a certain material like a timber aspect, and they would answer the questions based on that. And finally, section C is the designing and making principles, which is the design process that underpins each aspect of design technology. The course that we cover, as I say, is underpinned by the design process, and students will all, no matter whether they're in textiles or electronics or graphics or resistant materials, they will all carry out some research, pick a client, and design something to try and solve the needs of that client. There are different aspects to design technology which enable our subject to sort of feed into a load of different careers. So what we've done is broken this down into the different areas and tried to give ideas of different career paths that each specialism may feed into. First one is for resistant materials. There's an example here of some of the projects that students have done in the past, and they've actually created products that show some understanding of different materials and the properties. They've used perhaps some CAD/CAM, the laser cutter, maybe done some 3D printing, but also worked with hand tools and machinery in department to construct a working prototype for their chosen brief. Careers that can feed into, examples, there's engineering based careers, product design based careers which are slightly more graphic orientated, furniture design, as well as a load of other kind of options that pass across each of the specialist areas. Graphics, being our second option choice within design technology, sort of focuses on products that are less kind of a focused end outcome, and they're more about a concept. So it tends to be students that are wanting to follow a more artistic route and a conceptual design route that take graphics. It tends to be the artist that wants to take this of the subject areas in order that they can play around with the theory behind things and come up with new and exciting concepts that work with certain materials that we either have in school or that are new and exciting materials available outside of school. Careers from that, you've got automotive design, architecture, computer game design, and film production, amongst loads of others. And this is kind of the art background, but in a practical driven way.
And then we're moving on to fashion and textiles. I'm Mrs. Gammon and I'm head of food and textiles. And in year 10, although you are choosing an option that works with material, we'll be looking at lots of unusual materials and sewing things such as aluminium and plastics. Looking into how you can draw and illustrate a design, but you don't have to be an excellent artist for this option. You just need to be able to communicate your design ideas, so that might be through annotation as well as drawing. We will be learning how to use the sewing machine as well as lots of other types of equipment that we have within school. And this option can lead on to a variety of careers, including designing for fashion, costume or interior, and the behind the scenes work within fashion, such as merchandising, garment technologists, pattern cutters. And it might also link with other options and looking at something like fashion journalism. Now, some of the common misconceptions that we have about choosing technology as an option are listed here. You don't necessarily have to be good at drawing to take resistant materials, electronics or fashion and textiles. With graphics, you should have some artistic flair. All technology lessons are practical. They aren't all practical, although we try and teach a lot of the theory through practical based learning. There will be an element of theory lessons as well. Some people think that technology isn't academic enough. There are lots of links to maths and science, both in the exam paper and within our lessons, but also the exams contain multiple choice as well as long answers, and they need to be articulate and be able to type up and explain their projects, so essential English skills are really key as well. And another misconception is that it only leads to technology-based careers. Technology links to lots of transferable skills, which I'm going to share with you now. And those skills are really important for any job role. So it's really important to consider technology, even if you might not want a career within that. There's a whole range of professions which would benefit from those transferable skills. And here are some common or frequently asked questions. I'll let you read through those at your leisure. But just remember that if you have any other questions, please make sure you book an appointment with one of the technology team for Parents' Evening, or contact us via email or face-to-face once we're back in school. We'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.